Della, I suggest if she can share with us.
Yeah, it's visible. It's visible.
Okay, it's visible.
My screen is there?
No, now right
No.
now we here reflect Dr. Kalpana Dixit has started screen sharing. Just wait a moment, it will be visible.
Oh, I found it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can find it. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
I know.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, we have opened it many times now. So that was
That was the reason.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, good luck.
So yeah, thank you so much. So, welcome you all. After some hurdles, I have started this. Cooperative learning is an instructional method in which students work in small groups and accomplish a common learning with the guidance of the teachers. This is the model of cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is work in synchronized system as the group goal based on learning of all group members. Then motivation to learn, motivation to encourage group mates to learn, and motivation to help group mates to learn. And then elaborated explanation. This is called peer tutoring and peer modeling, cognitive elaboration, peer practice, and peer assessment, as well as connection. And it is also the group goal based on learning of all goal and all group members. So there must be a social cohesion. Then types of cooperative learning. There are mainly three types of cooperative learning. One is formal cooperative learning groups. That is, students work together for one or several class sessions to achieve shared learning goals and complete jointly specific tasks and assignments. Informal cooperative learning centers, temporary groups used to focus students' attention on the material to be learned. And cooperative based groups, long-term groups up to 1 year, giving support, encouragement, and assistance to progress academically, cognitively, and socially. Then a history of cooperative learning. John Dewey promoted the use of cooperative learning groups as a part of his famous project method in instruction. In the late 1930s, however, interpersonal competition began to be emphasized in schools. In the late 1960s, individualistic learning began to be used extensively. In the 1980s, school once again began to use cooperative learning. Properly designing and implementing cooperative learning involves mainly 5 steps. These are pre-instructional planning, introduce the activity to the students, monitor and intervene, then assessment, and then process. Together, everyone achieve. Together, everyone achieve means there are some parts of cooperative learning where all the students collectively learn. Number one, common goal setting, then grouping strategies, active teacher role, structures and students role, and accountability. Concept of cooperative learning. Number one, cooperative learning strategies offer students the possibilities to learn by applying knowledge in an environment more similar to the one they will encounter in their future work life. Teachers get the chance to work on core competency and on students' communication and soft skills, which are valuable for students' success in life and work, integrating them in school curriculum. Cooperative learning strategies are content-free structure that can be reused in different school contexts, and we are going to learn how to use some of them. Strategies can be used both in pairs and groups and are designed to fulfill all the so-called PIES principle. This is positive interdependence, individual accountability, equal participation, and simultaneous interaction. Concept of cooperative learning. Part 2. Cooperative learning is a teaching technique that is used in classroom to encourage students to work together in groups of different ability levels. It is a type of collaborative working alongside collaborative learning and competition. People work together to complete tasks by using everyone's individual strengths and weakness. Unlike individual learning, which can be quite competitive, children will cooperate by asking each other for information, thinking of ideas together, and keeping track of the team's work. The teacher will act as a facilitator, not an instructor. During this time, encouraging students to use each other as a resource rather than leading the class. Why we use cooperative learning? It is the most precious question of the day. We are using cooperative learning to promote students' learning and academic achievement, increase students' retention, enhance student satisfaction with their learning experience, and develop student social skills, promote student self-esteem, help to promote positive resolution, and help students develop skill in oral communication. The main components of cooperative learning. There are positive interdependence. It means students are mutually dependent to each other for their learning goals. Until unless everyone is complete the task will be incomplete. So for completing a project activity, everyone has to dependent on each other. So they are motivated to learn collectively and cooperatively. Then group processing. It is a group process because they have to work in a group, they have to solve the question, they have to discuss the query, and they have to find out the ideas. And then skills, human and technical. They must be aware the human skills and technical skills so that they can connect in the school and out of the school also. Then individual responsibility. Here, the evaluation will be done on the collective method and individual method also. So everyone is responsible and collect and accountable for the task to complete. And interaction, they must have to interact with each other in positiveness and with cohesiveness so that they can perform the task effectively and efficiently. Then techniques of cooperative learning. The techniques of cooperative learning are minute card, clicker, role play, think pair chair, then fishball, and flip the classroom. And this is the active cooperative learning mode. So I will discuss these techniques later on. There are four main characters of cooperative learning, and they are based on the symbol of pies. What is pies? Here pies is positive interdependence, individual accountability, equal participation, and simulation. Without these characteristics, cooperative learning will not be complete. The main components of cooperative learning in detail. If we talk about the positive interdependence, what is this? This principle states that When students share a common learning goal and believe that they need to support each other to achieve that goal, they are more likely to work more productively. Then individual accountability, as I already explained you all, this principle means that each member of the group should be held accountable for making a fair contribution to achieving that the group goal. And to promote individual accountability, the performance of each group member must be assessed in the same way. Then equal participation. This principle states that to reap optimal benefits, each member of the group and should contribute more or less equally. If one member dominates the group, the other group member will be unable to participate. So, fully and thus learn less from the group discussion. It is important to everyone participate equally and everyone get the opportunity to express their views, opinion and answer. Then simulation interaction. This principle states that maximum participation and interaction can be achieved if more students are talking and exchanging ideas at one time. When students work in pair, for example, half the class or 50% of the students can be expected to engage in productive interaction in their groups. When they work in a bigger group, say a group of 5, then about 20% of the class are interacting in their group. What this integrate? Their simultaneous association and cohesiveness is very much important for a cooperative learning concept. And the children who work in cooperative learning setting will, what they can achieve? They will achieve more than in general classroom. Why? Because they are working in a group, they can share their knowledge and they can express their views. And they will be able to reason better because they have equal opportunity to express themselves and to think logically in a group of their age mate and group mate. Then they have higher self-esteem because if they are eligible and competent enough to respond and lead the group, they must get the confidence and develop their high self-esteem and enjoy learning more because this is a collaborative, cooperative process. So in their group, without interference of the teacher, in their own way, in their own communication and with their own content, they are learning with each other. So their learning will be effective. Then what are the benefits of cooperative learning? Why we are utilizing this in the present scenario? Because it develops critical thinking and teamwork skill. Students will learn team building skill and learn to think critically about team roles and group process. They will learn that not all tasks can be completed independently and that sometimes need to complete the skill of a group to succeed. Then team building skill. How they acquire the team building skill? The student will learn valuable team building skills and they learn and think critically about team roles and group process. They learn that not all teaching learning methods become completed independently and that sometimes you need to complete the skills in a group. Then group processing. Students are able to analyze the group members' different skill sets and use them to work together to achieve the goal. Some students are very much in their communication skills, some are very much competent in technical skills, some are very much in creative writing, some are very much in presenting the project report nicely and smartly. So there are different set of skills in a particular group So students are utilizing this skill and give a very effective and smart project in the classroom. Then individual and group accountability. The students are responsible for their own work and meeting the group goal in the project. Others in the group will rely on them to complete their work, just as that students is relying on the rest of the group. So mutual faith, mutual understanding, and mutual confidence is very much important to a successful cooperative learning project. Then promote positive interaction among peers. How they promote? Students will work in an environment where they will be encourage and support each other and have discussion. Everyone has a different skill set, so they will be able to learn a new thing from each other that they might not have been able to had they been working alone. How can cooperative learning be successful? In order for the benefits of cooperative learning to be seen, students must be prepared to participate. According to Brand and Fortfield Parker 2009 and Sullivan 2010, there are three basic and essential elements to cooperative learning. They are positive student interdependence. Students have to participate and put their efforts into the group. Every member should have something and they are specifically responsible for that. Positive interaction. The group members should encourage each other, promote each other's success, and should be open about what they do and do not understand and where they specialize to be able to work with each other, strengths and weakness. Individual and group accountability. Each student should be accountable for learning their work and demonstrating they understand the content. Different type of cooperative learning strategies. There are team game tournament, think pair share, the jigsaw techniques, and inside outside circle. In fact, there are many more techniques of cooperative learning we are using according to the stream and the subject. For music, we have to utilize another type of group activity. For dance, we have to utilize another type. For mathematics learning, we have to use another type. And for language learning. So I mean to say, for different type of subject area and for different type of content, there are many different types of cooperative learning strategies, but the strategies mentioned here are very common in each and every subject. So here I would like to explain you the think pair share. Here is a picture visible in front of you. One girl, she is thinking, two girls, they are pairing, and with the group, they are sharing. So this is the simple meaning of think, pair, and share. Students are given a question and they should think about it. They write down their thoughts silently and independently. Then students then pair up with the partner and they both discuss their ideas. The teacher can then call on any of the students to share their answer. So this is the think, pair, and share. One of the important and smart technique of cooperative learning. Then the jigsaw technique. Here a crossword puzzle like picture is visible in front of you. So there are in one picture you find four different colors. In picture number 2 you find a single color green, then yellow, then red, and then blue. So I have explained this in such a way because this is jigsaw puzzle. We can utilize some numbers also. We can utilize some code also. We can utilize some language also, and we can utilize some code name also, code name of the student. So what we do in this digital technique, each student is responsible for a small area of the project or group responsibility, and the students have to incorporate their part into the group and fit the jigsaw together to have a finalized project. In this technique, what we do, we have to decide some pre-identified question, or we have to decide some particular scientific project or some smart and intelligent concept which is new and ready to learn. Then what we do, we decide a group to perform this activity. Then we divide the task, individual student. The same question category students will be combined in one group. The another question will be in second group. The next will be in third group, and another one other in the fourth group. So like a jigsaw puzzles, they took their question, they discuss, they find out the answer, and they complete this puzzle. So once they segregate in different parts, then they collect and they complete the task. And so this is looks like a puzzle. This it is where that is where this is called a jigsaw technique. Then team game tournament. In this technique, students are put into small groups to prepare for a trivia game. What they do? There are 5 main components of team group techniques. They are presentation, task, then group or team, then game, then tournament, and then team recognize. So what we can do? In cooperative learning technique of TGT, we can present something, then we divide the student in group, then perform some activity or game. Then after final selection of the candidate, the best suitable candidate, we will perform some tournament, and after this tournament, the team will be recognized as a winner team of that particular day or the particular week or the particular month. It depends upon the school administration or the class teacher or the coordinator of the activity. How do they plan this type of cooperative learning, and what type of activities they have provided. Then another important techniques and common techniques of cooperative learning is inside outside circle. What is this? This is simply and clearly visible in this picture. Some students are standing in an outer circle and some are standing in an inner circle. So what they say, first teacher explain the task, then ask the student to arrange in the circle according to their code or their number or their color or their topic. So, whatever the decision of the teacher, they can decide the group of outer circle and inner circle. Then what do they? The teacher then asks the question for a student and gives them time, usually about 30 seconds, to think of the response. The student then shares their responses with their partners who are standing directly across from them. On the teacher signal, the outer circle move one step to the either left or right and discuss the same question with a new partner. In this way, this is a great tool for allowing students to gain different ideas and perspective of any given topic, as well as actively encouraging community building among students. Because when teacher asks a question, everyone thinks the answer according to their own intellect power. Then what happens? They do discuss. They express their view. They move right side. They move left side. and they collectively decide the answer. Then teacher will finalize the answer, what will be the right answer and what will be the right situation for a particular task. So in this way, students develop social skill, cohesiveness, mutual understanding, interaction, equal participation, and they enjoy learning. So learning while entertainment, learning while doing. The concept of learning while doing. Then, role of teachers in cooperative learning. You all are thinking, why have I have not mentioned the teacher? Because if you consider the task and if you do understand the task of cooperative learning, it is very much important to understand that mutual interdependence and individual accountability is the most important aspect of the cooperative learning. So, the teacher is here only a facilitator. She can interrupt the group if students are moving outside the activity, if students are creating some nuisance, or students become undisciplined, yeah, or they are making noise, or they are not finding any solution and fighting or argumenting with each other. So then only teacher can interrupt. Otherwise, teacher just watch and observe silently. She is the only facilitator of the task. She is the only instructor of the task. She has to only decide the rule of the task, but she cannot intervene in between the tasks. She is only the facilitator. And the teacher's main task is to ensure that the students stay on topic and focus on their project or work. When working in group, it's very easy for a student to go off topic and start socializing rather than concentrating on the task at home. Therefore, the teacher should observe the cooperative learning group and make sure that their focus stay on the task and doesn't drift away. If the classroom has multiple groups, it is basically impossible to keep an eye on them all. So, this is my presentation of today. And here I would like to explain you that in cooperative learning, how the group processing will be done. This will happen continuously and in the whole time of the task, either the group leader will be changed or the group leader will be retained or replaced, depends upon their performance and how they are taking their responsibility. So students reflect on which members were helpful and what needs to change in future projects. This is very important. If a candidate of a particular act group is not active, so they can remove them immediately with the discussion of the teacher. And there are also a number of general social skills that students should learn throughout the process for it to be successful. These are leadership, decision making, trust building, friendship development, communication, and conflict management skill. As you all know, if a student is leading the group, he must definitely know the leadership skill during the task and he will become and acquire the skill of leadership. Then the decision making, definitely who will respond for a particular topic, that is to be decided by the student. So their decision making will be developed. Then trust building. If X candidate of a particular Y group is giving the answer is right, so we can all follow him or her. This means they can trust to each other for completing their task. Then friendship development, definitely when they are interacting without racial differences, gender differences, age differences, economic, social, or financial backgrounds. Irrespective of any differences, they are collectively acquire the concept and learn the knowledge. So, friendship development is also an important part. Then communication, naturally, if they will interact with each other actively and lively, so they have to develop their communication skill. Some students are poor in grammatical presentation, some are very much in Hindi language, some are in English language, some have some language barrier. So when they discuss and talk and express their opinion, so they will definitely develop their communication skill and conflict management skill. You people will think how the management part has come in this cooperative learning. Actually, where there is a differences of opinion and differences of concept, there must be conflict. So in a small group also, there must be some small conflicts. So students are settle their conflict by their own so that they can develop their conflict management skills. And in the last, I would like to say the cooperative learning is the very much important process, but a word is very common to the cooperative learning. Many educators, many students, many trainers, and many learners are confused with the cooperative learning and collaborative learning. Actually, collaboration is one of the important part of cooperation. So here in the last slide, I would like to highlight the differences so that those who have confusion about the cooperative and collaborative learning will also understand the concept very well. So in cooperative learning, what is the mission? The mission is to delegation of subtasks and different goals and limited responsibility. While in collaborative learning, there is common task, common goal, and community. Then work. In cooperative learning, there are closed assignment, predictable process, and static activities. But in collaborative learning, open assignment, unpredictable process, and dynamic. Then what will be the product? The prediction is known in cooperative learning because teacher have the question sheet and answer sheet also. And she have the design of the project and concept of the project. But collaborative learnings, they develop the new product. Why? Because they must be based on some research or hypothesis. They must think or search through the internet or some reference book or from the textbook, or they can ask the query with their parents or their colleagues or their senior elder brothers and sisters. So, team relation. What type of team relation in cooperative learning? That is mutual independence, asynchronous, solving tasks, and different contexts. While in collaborative learning, mutual dependence, they are dependent on each other. Synchronomy, solving tasks. They are moving towards solving the task, not the completing the project. And common context, they have to work on a common context. Here I would like to highlight an example. If a teacher gives a subject or topic areas of history subject, and she will ask the student to find out the date of the Mughal Empire with their picture and their work. And the teacher gives these activity to a particular group of students, 3 or 4 students. So they will go and search on the internet, they collect their knowledge, they discuss, and they find the era of that particular Mughal Empire and they can distribute the task. But when they submit the project, they prepare their project independently and they will not compile the project. A student A will discuss about the Akbar in the classroom after completing his project, and the student B will discuss about the Humayun or Babur. So this is the basic difference. The cohesiveness will not be developed in collaborative learning, but collaborative learning will find many new things, many new concepts, and students will present their projects and tasks independently before the class. Thank you. Thank you so much. And here I am ready to reply the query. If anyone interested to ask any question, I am ready to respond to you all. And before this, I would like to express my extreme gratitude towards our co-founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, our academic counselor, and our coordinator of the event, as well as all the technical team who has been supported me in this technical glitch. So I am thankful to each and everyone, and being a prestigious member of this wonderful group, this wonderful virtual university platform, I am thankful to you all for hearing me and support me in delivering my concept on concept learning. And I am expecting more and more connectivity with you all. Thank you. Thank you so much.